Hi, I'm Amanda Edwards, candidate running to serve as the next Congresswoman in the 18th Congressional District. I'm excited to introduce you to My Houston Roots series. This four-part series provides an intricate look into who I am and my community and family foundation. Come along with us on this journey as I walk you through my background and our family's deep Houston roots. In today's installment of My Houston Roots, we're visiting Texas Southern University, which not only plays a key role in Houston's history, it also plays a key role in my family tree. Hi, I'm Amanda Edwards, and I wanted to tell the story of what Texas Southern means not only just to me and my family, but also to the city of Houston. Texas Southern has been a university, historically black college, that has educated so many of our leaders in our community today, but it also was the home of a lot of what happened and transpired with desegregating Houston. One of the things that is very unique about TSU is that its students helped to launch some of the sit-ins that took place. A lot of that story I learned through watching the strange demise of Jim Crow. I remember, like it was yesterday, in fact, when I screened that film several years ago and we watched it, and it talked about the blackout and how desegregation was taking place. And TSU students were a part of that and leading some of that effort. So many of the students had been participating in sit-in activities, but they blacked them out through the media because they did not want that to incite any violence across the city. When I was in that screening, I'll never forget it. I was the president of Project Row Houses at the time, and my mother was there with me. And I remember her leaning over to me and telling me about the people we were learning about in the film and her knowing them from school. And I remember asking my mom, why haven't you ever told me this story before? And she looked at me, and it was a very just compelling moment. And she said, to you, this story is interesting. To me, the story is painful. And a lot of the times, some of the rich history that we have in our communities, often associated with trauma in our community, also gets undertold and sometimes buried. And I think that Texas Southern and its story, not just in terms of the desegregation of Houston, but also just so much of the leadership that was produced out of this great institution, has to be a story that we continue to share. TSU is not only part of Houston's rich history, but it's also part of my very own family tree. In fact, my mother and father met at Texas Southern. My dad wanted to be a pharmacist, and he came in from Lubbock, Texas, to be a part of the School of Pharmacy here. My mom wanted to be a physical therapist, so she started out at Texas Southern. She was the first in her family to graduate and go to college, both of my parents, in fact. It was an opportunity for students all across our state to come, meet people, get educated, and my parents were no different. In fact, my parents went on their very first date while here at Texas Southern. Now, I will say they didn't go on their second date because my mom was not interested, not until much later when they reunited as adults. And my dad was a pharmacist, and my mom had to go pick up a prescription for her dad. Nevertheless, TSU's got really deep roots and a lot of family trees here in our community, and ours are no different. It was just a great experience growing up here in Houston and being a part of this TSU community. So I guess you could say I'm a part of or a product of TSU.